theory, we should be able to make some money. Make some money that turned out to be the understatement of the century. They made a fortune. And with this newfound fortune, they decided to reinvest their profits back into the train line, which allowed this railroad to grow exponentially over the next several decades. Very, very, very aggressive growth rate. So much so that by 1849, and they only got the charter from the city in 1833 to set this business up, but by 1849 they were already going through growing pains. How do you take care of a railroad? What is the best way to take care of a railroad? And they didn't know the answer to that. So these questions about the company. So what came back was, it's a little complex. And this complex is going to do anything and everything for the railroad. The complex is going to build trains from scratch. It'll maintain an entire fleet of trains. And that's what this place is. This train complex would take care of central assets for the state of Georgia. And this place was taking care of over 60 locomotives at a time and thousands of boxcars, flat cars, and main cars. The site was very active. And to give you an idea of how busy this place became, on any given day, you had over 1,000 people locked into work at this site. This site employed over 1,000 people every single day. And this site was the main employer for the city of Savannah. This site was the main employer for the city for 102 years. The city built itself around this site because this is where the money was showing up from the cotton. This is also where all the jobs are. So I consider this place to be ground zero for Savannah. The city's elders would argue with me about that, but I think I have enough facts to back it up. This really should be ground zero. Our first destination is going to be out to Eastwood Ravine. And once we get out there, I'll tell you a few stories to what went on out there.
Why did the first steam engine come from?
Well, Baldwin out of Philadelphia was very popular for the site for the steam locomotives. They built several steam locomotives here. And eventually they went to management and said, "Can we get out of building the locomotives?" Management, what? Well, it seems to be working out okay. They're like, "We're pretty convinced we're going to blow ourselves up." Management's like, "In that case, yeah, you can get out of building the locomotives." They didn't maintain everything. They didn't maintain them. They bought them. They got out of building them. It's kind of like, I want to learn how to make a bomb. And all it takes is one bad day. Alright, so we're going to approach Eastwood Ravine. This is Eastwood Ravine, and way back in the day, the trains used to come into Savannah over the viaduct right in front of us, and the trains would go into the train station, which is now the History Museum across the street. And if some of you have been inside the History Museum and felt cavernous like a train station, now you know why. Now, way back in the day, there used to be a bridge right in front of us that connected this complex to the main train line on the other side of Louisville Road. And in the 1970s, after the site had been abandoned for quite a while, some of the big tractor trailer rigs were getting stuck under our bridge. So the city, in its infinite wisdom, decided to knock our bridge down, thus making us a closed system. So talk about frustrating. Right there is freedom, and we can't get to it. Very frustrating. Now, about 13 years ago, we tried to do a Kickstarter to raise money to rebuild our bridge because we thought it'd be really cool to get one of our steam locomotives on the Amtrak line. Amtrak is just down the street on Louisville Road, and we thought this would be great advertisement for the museum. And so we contacted Amtrak. They despised the idea. Not disliked, they really despised the idea. And then no one would give us $21 million to rebuild our bridge. So I'd say we're stuck on the property. I don't think we're going anywhere. All right. Now, we used to have a passenger car right here on the sidetrack, and we leased that car out for a film shoot last summer. And when we got the car back, it was horribly infested. Had a terrible infestation of zombies on the car. And we leased the car out to the production company, The Walking Dead. And so The Walking Dead decided that they didn't want to walk anymore. They wanted to take the train. What happens when The Walking Dead take the train? The show goes off the air. Who knew that The Walking Dead had to walk? It was in the contract.
All I want to know is where's Rick?
Yeah, thank you.
So whenever possible, we try to get Hollywood to come here and shoot their films. And I'll talk about that once we get to the paint shop, which is our next destination. So we have to go back onto the turntable and get onto that piece of track. So we'll get on the turntable for probably walking 20 seconds, and which will get us over to that piece of track, which will get us over to the paint shop. So that's what's coming up next. Now, way back in the day, when the engineer would bring the locomotive and the tender, which is the coal car, onto this turntable, his job used to be to find the sweet spot as to where to park that locomotive and tender on this turntable. And when the engineer found that sweet spot, it sounds nutty, but this is true. 1,